This is the second video for chapter 13.1 for math 1325. 13.1. So we're doing integrals, and here is the rule number 4. So for rule number 4, we say if it's an addition or subtractions, you just do each term individually, basically. So that's the sum rule, like that. So remember, we are doing the opposite steps of the derivative. So let's look at this. If you have 3 terms here and they're just adding together, all you need to do is do one term at a time. So it's kind of like you're taking integral of x squared dx, plus you take the integral of x dx, plus you take the integral of, I can rewrite that as x to the -3 dx, right? So just do each one individually. Make sure the integral come with like dx. If this is whatever variable, if it's a t, that would be dt, etc. Alright, so let's go through the steps. So 1 over that number, right? So 1 over 2, but need to add 1 back. And then x would be 2 also plus 1, right? So essentially, whatever in the denominator is going to match that exponent, right? Adding 1 over, this is 1 plus 1, right? Because I started with 1, add 1 back. So basically, x raised to second power also, right? 1 plus 1. And then the last one, we also have addition, 1 over -3 plus 1, so x is also going to be -3 plus 1, right? And don't forget to add the c at the end. So let's clean that up. The first term would be 1/3 x cubed plus 1/2 x squared plus, not plus anymore, right? Because it's a negative number. So it's going to be -1/2 x raised to -2, right? Plus the c. I cannot leave my answer with negative exponents, so let's write one more time. 1/3 x cubed plus 1/2 x squared minus 1 over 2x squared, right? Plus the c. So that would be your final answer. Are we okay? Alright, let's look at B. B, instead of doing multiplication, we can just multiply them out, right? So I am taking integral of 10x minus x squared dx. So if I don't want to write too many steps, I can go ahead and take integral, right? So the first term would be 10 times, this x part would be 1 over 1 plus 1 is 2, right? And then it's going to be x 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Minus 1 over, bring down the exponents, at 1 it would be 3, right? And then also x to the third power, don't forget to add c. Okay, so clean that up. 10 divided by 2 is what? We have a 5x squared, and then minus 1/3 x cubed plus a c, right? So that's my final answer. Hopefully you're okay. And the next one, so essentially I can rewrite that as what? I can pull my 11 out, right? That's my constant. And then take integral 1 over square root of x dx. So what is square root of x? So we have 11 integral 1 over x. Square root can be written as an exponent of 1/2. And then you have 11 integral x. If your exponent is in the denominator, it means this is a negative exponent, right? And then you do a dx. And then we got 11 times, Okay, that's going to get a little bit messy. 1 over negative 1/2 plus 1, right? Plus 1 means 2 over 2. And then my x will also be negative 1/2 plus the 1, which is 2 over 2, right? And then don't forget to add c. So let's see if we can clean that up. Equal to 11 times, that would be 1 over 1/2, right? And then x raised to 1/2. Remember, we say we kind of flip it. So it's going to be 11 times 2 over 1 is just 2. And then x raised to 1/2. And then plus the c, final answer is going to be 22. X 1/2 is the same as plus c. 22 square root x plus c, right? So sorry, I'm not having a lot of space here, so that would be the final answer. Alright, if you have a question, like, don't be afraid to email me, okay? Rule number 5, exponential function. So that one is actually not too bad, because remember, when we take the derivative of e to the x, it's just e to the x, so we just need to add a constant back, so that wouldn't be too bad. Let's see here. I have several terms, so the 1 will turn back to x, right? And then this guy would be 1 over 1 plus 1, and then also x raised to 1 plus 1. But the e to the x would be easy, just e to the x, and then don't forget to add c. So the final answer would be x plus 1/2 x squared plus e to the x plus c. We can leave it like that. Alright. Okay, the next one. Again, 2 terms here, so we do 1 term at a time. So I can see the first one have a 2 as my coefficient. I can put 2 out, and I need to take integral of e to the x dx. It attached, like the integral attached to this dx or whatever variable you have, minus taking integral of x cubed. Don't forget, come with the x. Alright, let's see what we got. So 2e to the x, right? Nothing special here, minus 1 over this guy, which is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then x, 3 plus 1 is also 4. So, and then we don't forget to add a c. So sometimes people get the derivative and the integral mixed up during the process. Just be extra careful. Even for me, like sometimes I'm supposed to be doing integral and then I start doing the derivative like rule. So be extra careful. Let's look at the next page. The next page has rule number 6. So rule number 6 say, if you have a this function, which is the same as f of x equal to 1 over x, right? Then when you need to take the integral, remember when we take the derivative of what equal to 1 over x. So this one is taking the derivative of x raised to negative 1, which is 1 over x. So remember, if we take the derivative of ln of x, that would be 1 over x, right? So this one is a special one. So a lot of people miss that one, so be extra careful with that. And let's do one on number 8, A and B. So A say, and I can break them into 2 fractions, right? We did something like that on the competence exam. So it's going to be integral of x over x plus 1 over x dx, right? So x over x is meaning integral of 1 plus 1 over x and dx. So the first term 1, it just turned to x, right? And then the second term 1 over x is going to be ln of x. And then don't forget to add c. Okay, how about b? So b here, we have 3 terms. Let's rewrite that a little bit. We basically have, taking integral, I can put a 2 out for the first guy, right? And then take the integral x dx. And then the second term, we have basically pull out the 3 and then taking the integral of 1 over x dx. How about the last term? The last term, we're going to pull a 4 out, taking integral of basically x raised to -2 dx. So it has a lot of variety going on here. So the first one, we hopefully are getting a hang of this. This will be 2 times, this is x to the first power, so 1 over 1 plus 1, right? So it's going to be 2. And then the x also is 1 plus 1, so it's 2 here. Adding a 3, 1 over x will turn into ln of x. And then the 4 will have 1 over -2 plus 1 here. And then times x, also -2 plus 1. Don't forget my c. Okay, let's clean that up. 2 over 2 is just 1, so it's going to be x squared here, plus 3 ln of x, plus a 4. This is -2 plus 1 is a -1. 1 over -1, okay. And then x is -1 again, plus the c. So we have -1 and -1. Almost done. Okay, so we got x squared plus 3 ln of x. This is basically -4 x raised to -1 plus c. Don't forget, we're not supposed to have negative exponents, right? That's addressed it in competence exam. X squared plus 3 ln of x minus 4 over x plus a c. So that would be your answer. All right.